What is going on, people, and welcome back to the channel. Now today we have two cars we're working on. The first one is my M140, the second one my friend's Audi S4, which we're going to be modifying today. So stay tuned, let's get this M140 to the shop because there's a few things we need to do first. Now I want to give a massive shout out to GSF Car Parts because they have supplied the parts of this car today. I didn't have to do anything, and I also want to tell you about their new competition, the Get Your Motor Running competition. Now this is a really thoughtful thing from GSF because they are essentially choosing 3 random winners, whoever applies, in the link down below. They are giving you a full restoration with labour, car parts. They are doing everything for you. All you need to do is apply in the link down below. So if you're having car troubles, if anyone you know is having car troubles, family, co-worker, friends, anyone of the sort you know would need something along these lines, tell them to click the link down below. Because not only are you getting a full restoration on your car, you're essentially getting a brand new car, and it is free to enter. All you need to do is click the link down below. So massive shout out to GSF, go check out their competition, and thank you for supplying the parts for today. Now, jumping straight into the M140, GSF have given us a full service kit. First, we have to take out the old air filter and replace it with the new one. Next, we have to change the spark plugs, and in order to access them you have to remove the coil packs, which you can see me unscrewing here. There are 6 on this car, 5 are pretty easily accessible. There is one hidden just behind the scuttle panel. You can see me accessing it right here. It takes a bit of wiggling, but it isn't too difficult to get to. And there you have all the coil packs out, ready for some new spark plugs. Now it's time to fit the cabin filter. The filter is located just under the glove box, but you have to remove these 2 10mm screws first before you can access it. And that's what it looks like. There are 3 20 torque screws holding it on, which look like this. And then you can unclip it. Pull the old one out and slide the new one in. Bolt your panel back on and then pop your under tray back on as well. And bolt it up, of course. And while I was doing that, Justin managed to get all the spark plugs in and the coil packs back in as well. Now, it's time to drain the oil out of the car. This car had 0W20, which I've been told is fine for the car, but I decided to go with the normal 5W30 as it's a little thicker. While this oil is draining, again I want to give another shout out to GSF Car Parts for supplying these parts, and again don't forget to click the link in the description to join their competition. Anyone can join, it's free, go check it out. Now we need to put the new oil filter in, torque the drain plug up and drop the ramp down. Now with the new filter on, it's time to put some oil in the car. Probably not like that, so get a funnel. This car holds 6.5 litres of oil, so make sure you do have enough. Drop the cover back on and you're all done. So there is the full service done. Now it's time to go and modify an Audi S4. So this is the Audi S4 we're modifying today. 2018 B9 estate, really nice example, but unfortunately it's absolutely bone stock and we cannot have that. So today we're going to change that. We have some exterior things to do, but we also have some interior bits as well. First, let's get the car in the air. Now the first modification we're going to do today is tinting the headlights, but we're not wrapping them with vinyl, we're going to smoke lacquer them. But we're not going to take them out, we're just going to mask them out because we're on a bit of a time limit today. Oh, and we're also doing the rears. Now they're masked up, it's time to get the car in the booth, sheeted up, ready to be quickly prepped and re-lacquered. Now there's multiple different ways to do this. We decided to just DA them down with a low grip pad. 3000 seemed to do the trick. Then once they were DA'd down, we went over them with a grey scotch to get any areas that the DA missed. And then did the same on the rear. Now don't get me wrong, this process is a lot longer than normal vinyl wrap, but I think the finish looks so much better, especially when it's done right. Now they're re-lacquered, it's time to get the sheeting off and remove all of the excess masking. Now, we're on to day 2, and we have some suspension parts to put on this car. But first, we need to get the car up in the air and get all of the wheels off so we can access all of the suspension components. First thing we need to do is remove the bolt holding the shock to the knuckle. Next, we have to remove the bolt and nut at the top of the wishbone holding it all together, but for whatever reason I just could not get this bolt to release, so instead of ruining it I decided to just remove the back ones, as you can see here, which came out perfectly fine. Next, release the drop links, and then persuade the knuckle off the shock. This did take a while, so be patient with it. Next, we have to remove the bolts in the top mount holding it to the body of the car, so we can pull the shock and spring out from the bottom. I never actually got a shot of the suspension we got for this S4, so I just have to tell you on voiceover. We got eye-back lowering springs, which should drop this car around about 40mm, which sounds like a lot, but they do sit pretty high from factory, and it does end up sitting really, really nice. Now with the new lowering springs on, it's time to fit them back onto the car, tightening all of the surrounding arms and individual components back up with it. And don't forget the top mount bolts. And also doing the other side. Now we're going to try and do these. Take these two out. This one here. This one. So this drops. The spring will fall out. And hopefully that shock will just drop out. No spring in. Shock back on. Let's do this. So yeah, basically everything he said. Take the 3 bottom bolts out holding the spring pan to the knuckle. That will release the tension off the spring and from the shock strut, allowing you to take these 2 top bolts out and pull the shock down and drop the spring out. Then slot the new spring in and do everything you just did in reverse, and it should end up looking something like this. Now we are putting a splitter kit on this. You can see Herbie in the back modifying it, as it didn't fit perfect, but it will after. Now it's time to put the wheels back on. I only put these on to check the suspension was all good, but these came back off because we are painting these black. Now the side skirts have been trimmed, it's time to put them on. And whilst he's doing that, the wheels are getting painted in gloss black. Now we have a slight problem. My camera died. I know, I'm an idiot, but I'll speed run you through exactly what we did next. Firstly, we changed this boring old steering wheel for this sexy flat bottom carbon fibre and Damtaro one, which looks so good. Then we fitted some more carbon fibre to the centre console, more carbon fibre, a gloss black spoiler. We removed this horrible front grille and put this gloss black honeycomb one in, which looks 10 times better, with this custom registration plate and gloss black Audi badge as well. He managed to somehow make this diffuser, which blew my mind how good it came out in the time frame. And finally, we finished fitting the splitter kit, the side skirts, the rear spats, and the front splitter. And now you're all caught up, I think it's time to show you how this car came out. So it's been about a week since those last clips. We didn't want to get any final videos there and then because the car was a little bit dirty, and also we had a few more performance mods to put on this car. We sent it off to get the exhaust done, a double res delete, and a cold air intake put on the car. So not only does it look the part, it sounds the part as well. So here's the final product. So there you have it. The car came out absolutely incredible. In my opinion, it is the best it could possibly look. If you did enjoy this content, make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. It is greatly appreciated. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.